Winter is coming.
Hey, welcome to Half the Battle, and welcome to another Winter is Coming, where we take a look at cold weather toys.
For our first outing, we're going back to the Rise of Cobra, the movie released in 2009. So, naturally, the toy we're looking at is from 2011.
Makes sense, I guess?
By the way, you can thank my supporters on Patreon for this video. I'd never have gotten this toy without their backing. Meet Ice Storm. This figure was released in 2011 with one original body part. Yeah, just one, the head. The entire rest of his body comes from a Snake Eyes figure, but one that was also cold weather themed, so it works out. This figure bucks a trend that many, oh so freaking many cold weather toys fall under. It's not dressed in white, giving it a more unique look. It's red and black with a few other colors thrown in.
There's quite a few things to like here!
Since the figure is from the Rise of Cobra line, he's got quite a few bits of extra articulation, as the feet and wrists can move. Another thing I like is the cap he's wearing. It looks quite realistic. One thing that's also realistic, unfortunately, is the collar around his neck. I mean, I know it makes sense, but it's just so goofy looking. And because it's sort of dark orange or red, it makes him look like Kenny from frickin' South Park. Like most figures from this line, the detailing is excellent. I especially like the painted-on zipper on the collar.
As far as his accessories go, he has two.
There's a harness with a pouch, which only loosely fits around his torso, I'm afraid. He also has a gun. Nothing special, but it's quite a welcome surprise he comes with accessories at all, since he's a vehicle driver.
Which means we get to talk about the toy he came with.
Meet the Polar Sharc, a submarine that was seen in the Rise of Cobra movie. I gotta say, this thing looks very smooth and quite futuristic. Maybe even a little too futuristic, since, although it's a mini-sub, it could easily pass for a space fighter, like something you'd see in Star Wars or Battlestar Galactica.
In fact, maybe it was originally meant to fly, considering the name.
You see, it's Sharc spelled with a C, not a K at the end, just like the original G.I.Joe Sharc toy from 1984, a submarine that could also fly. Though that name was an acronym, while the Polar Sharc name doesn't appear to be, judging from the packaging. By the way, naming a shark with a C means all through producing this video, my spell check is giving me the evil eye. Anyway, since the Polar Sharc doesn't fly, we can assume the name is an homage only to the original toy and isn't supposed to be a cold weather version of it.
It really does look nice, doesn't it?
It even has a neat little play feature. Its fins can rotate, putting them in attack position, assuming those nubs are supposed to be guns. It's kinda like an X-Wing or an I-Wing like that, making it look even more like a space fighter. One thing that does ruin the aesthetics a bit is the missile launcher on the bottom.
But great news! It's completely detachable, so this beauty can be as smooth as you want.
Yeah, I really don't have anything bad to say about this little thing. It's terrific! And the figure is nice too. And it's great to see an Arctic figure that isn't dressed in white for once.
That leaves the odd fact about the release date of this toy.
It's tied to the 2009 movie, so why was it released in 2011? Near as I can tell, it was meant to come out in early 2010. Hell, technically it did in Canada. My version is actually Canadian, but for unknown reasons, the toy was delayed in the US, only appearing in a few retail stores in 2011. We may never know why, but the result was this toy is pretty hard to find nowadays. Oh, and for completeness sake, there was a second toy of Ice Storm released, but it was a convention exclusive, and I don't have it, so I can't say much. It looks nice, I guess.
With that, let's talk about the character, which is gonna be mostly about the file card.
Well, there's not much there. Rise of Cobra file cards are small compared to the old ones, so they have less text. It says he's a cold weather marine combat and survival specialist, and he's really in his element in cold weather.
Yeah, nothing earth-shattering there.
The only thing I like to note is that his real name is Lola McGee. McGee. Yes, I know that's a real name, but to my inner child, that's still hilarious.
As collectors, I feel it's important that we find our inner child. And kick the crap out of the little snot for making us spend so much money on toys.
Last week I was all about giving to charity for children. Now I'm talking about beating them up.
Guess I'm fickle.
And that's pretty much it, really. I couldn't find a record of him showing up in the newer comics, though I have to admit I didn't look that hard. And of course, I can't prove he wasn't in the movie, considering the submarine was there, a whole lot of them in fact in the final battle, so for all we know, this guy could have been Ice Storm. In conclusion, the figure was fine, but the real treasure was the Polar Sharc. It's a great little vehicle, and it's a real shame that it has become pretty rare. Otherwise, I'd say get this thing.
See you next time, everybody, and hey, why not like, share, and subscribe if that's your thing?